Now, here's this week's Independent Artist of the Week on DC Coast to Coast.
DC Coast to Coast, USA FM.
Hey, this is Dre from NEVERWONDER. I'm proud to be on this week's Independent Artist of the Week on DC Coast to Coast.
My arms are limp and my legs, they are heavy. My mouth doesn't work and my mind, it is empty. I'm lost in time and I don't wanna move, 'cause all that I want is wrapped up in you. And I feel like I'm spinning when you walk into the room, captivated by your presence. Imagine I'm with you. I live invisible, wishing you would see me through. My nerves won't let me try to talk to you. So here I am, and my song, it is real. My heart is racing to tell you how I feel. Right here, right now. And I feel like I'm spinning when you walk into the room, captivated by your presence. Imagine I'm with you. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've bottled it inside. I wish you could read my mind. Won't you walk my way? I anxiously wait for you to feel the same way. Won't you feel the same way? Yeah, I'm lost in time and I don't wanna move, 'cause all that I want is wrapped up in you. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I feel like I'm spinning when you walk into the room, captivated by your presence. Imagine I'm with you, and I feel like I'm spinning when you walk into the room, captivated by your presence. Imagine I'm with you. Imagine I'm with you.
There you have it, everybody. That is the Independent Artist of the Week this week, NEVERWONDER with Spinning here on DC Coast to Coast. And I have 3 of the 4 members of NEVERWONDER here with me, and I'm so glad that you guys took the time. We have Alima, the lead vocalist for the band, and we got Dre and Vincent, brothers of the band. And thank you very much, everybody. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thanks for thanks for doing this. So now this group is based in the Los Angeles area, and they got a very unique sound of rock, pop, and soul. So very interesting stuff. How did NEVERWONDER come to be?
Would you like to start, Alima, or should I?
You guys, why don't you do that? Take that one.
So, yeah, thanks. We'll go around the horn as always do. So the band's been together for a little bit. We had a couple incarnations, but right now we've been with Lima for 3 years, and we came out of other bands and all that situation. Always, other bands break up, they get together, people stay together, whatever the case may be. But NEVERWONDER's been together for 3 years, pretty solid. And, we're always trying to get better, learn new things, new paths, whatever the case is. And simply put, it's a good situation. We enjoy it. And doing things like this.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, Dre and Vincent, you two are brothers. Now, do you guys have any sibling rivalry in the band?
There's always we get along great. Let me start with that. But there are times when we disagree, but whatnot. But the days of fighting or what do they say, fisticuffs, that doesn't happen anymore.
Good.
So,
Yes, that's
when we were kids.
that's good to hear.
So, we definitely when you're in a situation where you're being creating art, there's always differences or your opinions and things like that. But through the years, we've learned how to work with each other and create good stuff. So
That's good. That's good. Alima, what's it like to work with these guys?
He's lying.
He is.
We
Huh?
fight every night. He's lying.
Every day.
Our people
Every day,
have to say
every night.
that. You don't see the broken leg I got right now, right? No, it's all good. It's all good.
Very good.
They pretty much have
Alima,
their own language at times. That's
Yeah.
how it is.
yeah.
Which is, it's good for them, but sometimes you've got to learn that dialect.
There you go.
So,
Absolutely.
yes,
We're in the Philippines.
So, Alima, what's it like to work with these guys, Alima?
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. Most of the time, again, it's like since they're brothers, they have the language, but, at the same time, it holds down the foundation. And so it's been a lot of fun. We all have our personalities. Dre's a little bit of ghoster. And, Vincent talks a lot. I just sing, I tune them out sometimes, but it's all good.
Good.
We have a chemistry where we can create and we can still do business where it's everyone's happy. So
I'll ask this of all of you. Who were some of your musical influences growing up? I'll start with Alima.
all right. Well, I really like Roberta Flack because my parents like that Roberta Flack and Stevie Wonder. So those are a lot of the artists that I really look to, and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So I like a lot of the soul.
Great
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, what about brothers?
I kind of like everything, to be honest with you. I like everything from hip hop to rock to soul. So I would say from Led Zeppelin to Red Hot Chili Peppers to Rick James.
There you go.
It's kind of everywhere, to be honest with you. I mean, I like the old Public Enemy, for Flavor Flav and Chuck D and all that stuff too. So I'm everywhere, to be honest with you.
And I enjoy polka and big band. So that's where I'm at.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding, man.
I was going to say, I'm like,
No,
he's got to be kidding.
Yeah, no, man. Obviously, I'm a bass player, so I like a lot of groove. So, I can get into disco, my parents. Obviously, great music like, that's going on right now from Alicia Keys. When you work with a female vocalist, you kind of tend to, understand what they're doing to keep growing. I mean, we've been doing this for quite some time, but that doesn't matter. You have to keep growing. So listening to artists like Alicia Keys, Mary J. Blige got a new thing going on. I mean, even going old school a little bit. God dang it. Whitney Houston. Stuff like that, Indie R.E. That's, because we're working with a female vocalist, you want to make sure that you stay in touch with how that's working. But then, the past, obviously, Zeppelin, rock, Duran, Prince, right now, like Bruno Mars is really cool. Got a great
I
groove.
love Bruno. Yeah.
So anything that's got groove,
Cool.
is what it's all about.
So, okay, help me figure out, help clarify for me which brother is which.
No, Dre's the no-haired one.
Okay.
The bald one.
Dre's the bald one. Okay.
Yeah.
The guy with the shades is Vincent.
There you go. Okay, thanks for clarifying that with me. So, Vincent,
Can I take off my glasses now?
yeah, you can take them off. Yeah, so you're a bass player, so I'm a bass player too. So one bass player to another, thumbs up. Good stuff.
I knew I liked you. I knew I liked you.
Okay, we're gonna spin enough here in just a second, but I'm curious to know, how did Alima's arrival into the band change the dynamic?
To us?
Yeah.
To the box of two? To us? For just a simple answer is to the betterment of the band.
There you go.
That's really it, from all aspects, from business savvy, from a writing savvy, to a drive savvy, to being a team player, to being very concerned about all aspects, and not only herself. It became more of a team and more of a family, opposed to just people getting together and just writing music. It just became more of a group effort. She's one of us, and it's really getting down to. I mean, we pick each other up, and she picked us up. I mean, so that her drive is something that's very infectious.
Yeah.
And her aura. I mean, it was, when walking in the room, there was something about her when she walked in the room for her audition.
That's great. That's great. Alima, tell me a little bit about this song "Enough" that we're going to spin here.
Well, it's really about hard times. So, everyone's gone through it, and like during the recession, that was really a big topic that I think everyone can relate to. So it really touches everything, like from not paying your rent, not having a job, like all those struggles that a lot of people have gone through. So that's pretty much what the song's about.
Okay, we're going to hear it right now. This is my Independent Artist of the Week. This week on DC Coast to Coast, we are talking to Alima, Dre, and Vincent, 3 of the 4 members of NEVERWONDER. And here they are with Enough right here on DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM.
Internet radio will never be the same. It's DC Hathaway with DC Coast to Coast on USA FM.
Just struggle continues. I'm convinced that it can change. I'm convinced that I can keep my burning flame.
That is Never Wonder, the independent artist of the week, this week on DC Coast to Coast with Enough. And I've got 3/4 of the band here. My guest here on the show today, Alima, Dre, and Vincent. And what kinds of things do you like to write about? I'll start with Alima.
Mostly any life like situations, between love and just the day-to-day, our struggles. I think anything that you can relate to with some passion, that's pretty much, what I try to chime in on. So, like anybody else. Sometimes it could be inspired by somebody else's story, but typically it's from the heart, like something I've gone through,
Very good. Dre, Vincent?
Well, Alima writes most of the lyrics, so I mean, musically we contribute there. But my inspiration is pretty much that. Like things that have happened to me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Things that have happened to me. Things that are fun. Even work. My vibe on drums comes across from things that happen to me every day at work, my life, everything. So. That's the passion I put into my playing and drums, and that's,
Very good.
So, and for me, it goes from, from the vocals, the energy of the guitar, the drums. It gives you life and feel, and obviously the vocals. I mean, if Alima's, writing something about something sweet, you don't want to have the super hard distortion or crazy drum part. You kind of want to work the song in a craft that supports both sides of it. So you have to be really in tune to understanding the vocals. So Alima's really good about setting the vocals and the parts and then working back and forth. And then obviously in the studio itself is working the parts out so that they make sense with the song, So
Good stuff.
That's
Good stuff.
It's an interesting process because out of nothing becomes a song.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you've already touched upon something I was going to ask you. There's obviously a formula that you guys have. Do you have a particular formula when writing songs?
Well, I think that most of the time it can be inspired by, melody, or it could be a drum line or, guitar line. I think everything is open forum, just like depending on the inspiration of it. So like if we're vibing it, then it usually comes out of kind of a jam, and then either someone's idea, and then we start growing from there, and then creating hooks or like melodies on top of it, So it seems organic, but, then arranging the parts after that. So.
Sure.
But it's pretty collaborative, yeah.
There you go. So, Alima, you pretty much are the lyricist when it comes to the writing, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the fabulous musicians behind you, and I mean that in all sincerity. The whole thing just you can tell. The hard work that goes into it with your music. I just wanted to say that. I love you're getting a lot of great comments, by the way, from viewers on the show. So I just want you guys to know that.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Now, are you guys able to get much support from mainstream radio stations spinning your music?
That obviously is a hard task. You obviously know that terrestrial radio is difficult. We've been on a couple shows here in Los Angeles, but we're not so having to be on that because we've got shows like yourself and other shows around the country and around the world that have spun us. So we believe the world is changing, and the way music is, if you're only on the radio, which is great. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't want to be.
Right.
If you can't get on it, you go to a different forum, and this forum is playing our music. So we're want to embrace this and support this type of medium. So that is. But to answer your question, we haven't had that one song hit the radio and get a million spins at this time. But every day is a journey, and every day is a battle, and every day hope we win that, and that's where we get. But you know, we definitely want that, and but not major yet.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you know, that's why I started this show, you know, because I'm an artist myself, and I've been in radio my entire life, and I couldn't get any mainstream radio stations I worked at to play my music, and that's very frustrating. And you know, you guys are just, you know, one of hundreds of acts that are on DC Coast to Coast that are just outstanding. And, you know, in my mind, you all should be on mainstream radio. But that's why I do what I do. And internet radio, I know, is the wave of the future now for artists. And, you know, I don't even listen to mainstream radio anymore. You know, I do what I do here, and I just love indie music. So, but kudos to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. What do you think sets your music apart from everyone else? I'll start with Alima.
Well, I think we have a pretty eclectic sound. I think because of our different genres or backgrounds, it's a nice blend. So I think if you can't just say we're a certain way, like a certain sound, like you wouldn't just have it as a little pocket, let's say. Sure. You know, it's definitely something a little bit all around. So I think that's what's unique, and it's a blend. So again, I think that's it. You know, there's a lot of bands that have their sounds. We have a sound, but it's just that, you know, you would just say, oh, you're just hard rock, or you're just like, you know, it's not like that.
Right.
Heavy metal or bluegrass, whichever. Right?
Yeah.
Metal. I'm all metal.
There you go.
He was like,
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I roll.
Yeah.
Total rock and roll. I'm like, yes. Right?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that, Dre, Vincent?
What was the question? our video screen.
Yeah.
We got technical. We can't see you guys.
Yeah, we just got a box we're looking at.
Yeah, so we're like,
Okay.
we're looking at each other like, what is going on?
What do you think sets your music apart from everyone else?
I completely disagree with Alima 100%. We're the same. We're bubble gum. No, absolutely not. No, and she nailed it to a T. You know, we embrace everybody's differences in the band. So Alima comes from a certain genre, and we definitely want to make that happen. You know, and handle that stuff. And find the beauty in it. And just like with the guitar player or Dre or myself, we all have different and the beauty about being in the band is you can say, you know, I like this idea, how can we approach it? And then we all work on it, and that's the special thing. And it's not one person writing the stuff, it's all of us contributing to the sound of Never Wonder. It's not like you play this part, bro, because I wrote it. No. We all mix it up like a soup, and then we all drink the Kool-Aid.
There you go. Nicely said. Well said. Okay, we're going to spin another one here. Tell me about the song "Help Me," Alima.
Well, that's another song of like frustration. It's probably like coming from a place where it's like, come on, I mean, Help Me says it, but it really, it conveys that. There's times where you're just kind of like frustrated with everything and you just need to express that, and I think the energy of the song too kind of like conveys that. So it's upbeat, but it's also like, you know, a mixture of like a different type of sound. So, you know, try to relate to people that way as well.
Very good. Okay, we're going to hear it right now. This is Never Wonder, the independent artist of the week this week on DC Coast to Coast. And here they are with Help Me on the USA FM.